Welcome to Study Loop.
Here we just need to be careful because some angles are measured from vertical axes and some are measured from horizontal axes. So we need to take care when we just need to make sure that we're taking the right differences. So we can say that the angle difference between the first polarizer struck by the light, second, is going to be equal to, we can say delta theta sub 1 would be equal to 70 degrees. Or we can say delta theta would be equal to delta theta sub 1 would be equal to 110 degrees, depending on how you were to measure it. But again, it doesn't on the final result because when we take the squared, the cosine squared of the angle, it's not going to matter. We'll get the same exact result. The angle difference between the second and the third, so this is between the first and second polarizer, we can say delta theta sub 2 here equals 40 degrees. This would be between the second and the third polarizer. We can then say that between the third and the fourth, theta sub 3 would be 40 degrees, and this would be the third and the fourth polarizer. And we can then say we're going to count for the automatic reduction by a factor of 1/2. This is according to Malice's law. So essentially, we can then say that I find the intensity final divided by the intensity initial would be equal to 1/2 times cosine squared of delta theta sub 1 cosine squared of delta theta sub 2 times cosine squared of delta theta sub 3. And we can solve. So I final divided by I initial would be equal to 1/2 times cosine squared of 70 degrees, cosine squared of 40 degrees, and again cosine squared of 40 degrees. This is equaling, essentially, either we can say that I final would then be equal to I initial times, again, 1/2 cosine squared of 70 degrees, cosine squared of 40 degrees, cosine squared, cosine squared of 40 degrees. We know that our intensity is 25. So once we plug in 25 watts per square meter for the initial intensity, this is equaling 0.50 watts per meter squared. This would be our final intensity. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.